the second week. This is just episode 2. Episode 2. See, that's appropriate because we got the Star Wars things here. True. This is our talk show and general discussion show. Basically, a kind of variety of different things that we're going to address. This week, I guess we still haven't got any guests yet because nobody will come on our show.
Nobody will call us. Call us, please.
No, but actually, it's because we haven't aired yet. This by the time this has aired, we'll already have one episode under the belt, so to speak. And if you want to call us, you can call us at 812-423-6952 with any questions, comments, or just general suggestions. Possibly even if you want to be a guest, if you have any kind of special qualities or talents that you think would make it appropriate for viewing, for public viewing here. So I guess one thing I wanted to talk about, because it's kind of current news, by the time this airs, it will already been released, but still recent enough, is the Simpsons box set that's coming out, the season 3 box set. And I think most of our viewers are probably Simpsons fans, or at least knows about Simpsons. And Robert, I know you're a big fan of Simpsons.
Yeah, big Simpsons fan.
And so do you have any comments to make about this box set that's coming out?
It's finally being released. It's been pushed back for
like over a year.
Yeah, nearly a year. It's finally. What's good about it is it's one that Matt, however you pronounce his last name,
Groening, the creator,
finally released.
Groening?
I think it's how it's pronounced.
All right.
He finally released like all his comedic talent in this season.
Yeah,
he was kind of holding back before.
Yeah, I think it's generally accepted that season 3 is when the ball really got rolling with the Simpsons. Yeah. The first couple of years, they were still kind of feeling their way. They had some time. I guess they had been on the Tracy Ullman show since 1987, and those were kind of like a rough sketch outline of the characters that they would later develop to be. And the first 2 seasons, they were still feeling their way. If you'll notice, especially on this season 1 CD or DVD collection, that Homer still is kind of more gruff and rough around the edges, and Bart was still more the focus of the show. By season 3, I think we're starting to see Homer become into his own, and he also gets more of the focus of the episodes. Some of the better writers, I think Conan O'Brien started, I think, season 3. I know he was by season 4.
I think he even made a small guest appearance in one of the episodes.
But was that after? Before?
I think it might have been after.
So I think it was after
he got into his own talk show.
Right, because at the time Conan O'Brien was writing for the Simpsons episodes, he wasn't known as Conan O'Brien. He hadn't yet got the talk show from David Letterman's spot. He had done previously. I guess he had done some work on Saturday Night Live as a script writer there, and had some camera time, but more as cameos. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty cool box set. Now, I'm hoping that they're going to release them more frequently than yearly like this, because at this rate is what, 13 seasons, 13 or 14?
Yeah, I think 14.
If they don't speed this up, we're never going to see them all. But anyway.
And for you Buffy and Angel fans, September 2nd, Angel season 2 comes out box set. I've been looking forward to that for a while.
Woo! Now, Robert could probably tell you more about the Angel television show in Buffy. I know they're vampires, but that's about where my knowledge ends.
Is Spike going to cross over to the Angel?
Spike, I think, made a couple appearances in Angel season 2, but in Buffy season 5, which comes out in December, he's pretty much through the whole season. This is after he had gotten the chip in his brain, and he decided that he fell in love with Buffy.
That must be a painful process, getting that chip.
It was. It was a painful process. He tried to get it removed several times too, and none of it succeeded. It was a really good show. Some of the best TV I've ever seen, I have to admit. Back to you.
Hello! Now, then the next thing I want to talk about is, is it next summer that they're going to have Star Wars Episode 3? I understand that. Okay, see, somebody told me it was 2004. Well, that would be 2004, though, wouldn't it?
Yep.
But anyway.
What do you sign your checks?
What checks?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, 2004, yeah, the summer 2004, which, if that's correct, if it is 2004, it's going to be the same summer as Spider-Man 2, which has Doc Ock as the villain, played by character actor Alfred Molina. But the reason why,
around on the web, you can actually see some pictures of Doc Ock.
Yeah, they finally released some pictures.
Not to change the subject.
Yeah, it would have been made sooner. I mean, it would have been released a tad bit sooner, like a couple months sooner, if it wasn't for Tobey Maguire falling off horses and getting drunk. No, but other than that, no, he's better now. He went to the Alcoholics Anonymous. Yeah, no, he really did. He went.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
I wasn't joking.
I mean, he's a drunk.
Yeah. He's better now though.
Iron Man was a drunk.
Yeah. Well, Toby's doing better now, and we wish him luck. No, I really do, because he's a cool actor and everything. So, anyway, as far as Star Wars Episode 3, the reason why I brought this one up in particular is, like I said, it's going to be next summer, and you have, I guess, the continuing story of Anakin Skywalker, who, and I guess his path to be going to the dark side of the Force. And there's a rumor, I think it's just a rumor, unless it's been verified right now, that the characters of Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker, I'm getting all the names mixed up, that they're going to have the kind of shag haircuts that you saw in the 70s. It's just so it can match, kind of seamlessly between, I guess, the Episode 3 and the New Hope. Give you an idea in case you forgot. We could focus in on this picture here. We're looking at these kind of hairdos, folks. Actually, though, it is kind of appropriate. I mean, the way it was a long, long time ago in the galaxy far, far away. They still, they were cutting edge. They beat us to the punch. They had their shag hairdos and all that before,
Before us.
Yeah, before us in this galaxy.
Aren't they randy?
They are. They're very randy. But I think that I don't really have a problem with it, but I've heard that there's been some discussion on internet talk groups and such that some people don't like the idea of them having those shaggy haircuts. What do you think?
I think it's kind of a silly argument. I think it doesn't matter. Nobody's going to really be paying attention to the haircuts. Everybody wants to see the duel between Obi-Wan and Anakin. So
if they don't fall asleep before it happens.
Exactly. As long as there isn't a pod race or another love scene, a wedding where everybody runs into flowers. Whee!
Okay, well, actually, Obi-Wan didn't have a shag haircut, did he? I mean, look at this. He's probably the only one that didn't have one, though. Anyway, so one thing, another recent movie that's been out, and I guess it will still be playing too at the time this airs, is Freddy vs. Jason.
Good movie.
Yeah, in fact, if you don't remember Freddy, and who could forget, see this picture here? That's Freddy Krueger of Nightmare on Elm Street fame. Were you able to get a tight shot on that one? Okay. Now, if you don't remember what Jason looks like from Friday the 13th,
just picture any hockey goalie.
Yeah, just picture a hockey goalie with
a machete.
Machete, yeah. Okay, and because Robert's better at giving these sort of reviews, I'll let him give you his opinion on this.
It was a good movie.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you. That's a wonderful review there.
Thank you.
That's informative. No, actually, I think
it's what everybody wanted. Everybody for so long has talked about, who would win, Jason versus Freddy.
And you know who wins? No, I won't tell you.
We can tell you. We both
No, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that to our listening audience. All one of you, we wouldn't want to finish. No, what happens though is that this picture does what they do in a lot of these films, where they'll have like some kind of horrific incident happen to some teenagers, and after this incident happens, it's like the teenagers kind of blow it off like it's like they stubbed their toe or something. Who knows? But
another disappointing thing is they didn't have the girl from the original Nightmare on Elm Street. She was in 1 and 3. And I think she was in a later one too.
I think it's because she's at a nursing home now.
Probably.
Yeah, Medicare.
But it'd have been kind of cool if she was in it. They just put some unknown actors and actresses in it, but nobody really went to see the movie for them anyhow. Everybody waited till they saw Freddy and Jason fight.
It did have the most important actor. It had Robert Englund.
Well, yeah, it had him. Well, it's Freddy. It wouldn't be Freddy without him.
Yeah, but
it had him without the makeup at one point.
Now, it didn't have the original Jason.
No.
Because I don't remember.
It didn't have the original one, but he was in several of the movies after the original.
Okay, because I knew it wasn't the original Jason. Do you know who was in the first Nightmare, or not Nightmare on, well, we could say Nightmare on Elm Street too, because there's actually two popular actors from both of those series that most people don't associate, unless you just happen to be a big fan of the horror film genre and you already know this.
Grew up in the 80s.
Yeah, grew up in the 80s. On Nightmare on Elm Street, there was a young Johnny Depp was in part of the role.
Yep, he was a boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's the one who got killed in his own bedroom. That's not really anything. If you haven't seen it by now, you're probably not going to.
And then I was gonna watch that.
I know. I ruined it for you.
But then let's see, and then
Friday
the 13th. I can't remember. There's so many of them.
Corey Feldman.
Huh?
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman was in Friday the 13th.
The first one?
Later one, fourth one.
Oh, the fourth one.
Okay. I didn't know that.
I was thinking he would have been just like a little kid in the first one.
Yeah, he was. Little, he's real little.
Okay, I
Well, who's in the first one?
The first one's Kevin Bacon.
Cool.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's in that one, and
another point for all you people who play that 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. He was in Friday 13th, so now you can tie him into that somehow. Even though there was nobody else famous in the Friday 13th movies to tie him into.
Well, see, well, it depends if we're going to go by characters too, because you could tie Kevin Bacon in with Jason, and you could tie Jason in with Freddy, and Freddy in with whoever else.
That's true.
And Freddy on Nightmare on Elm Street, what was I can't talk today. Which one was the one that had him in the real world? It was the last one with the original woman, I guess, that you were talking about earlier.
3.
Was that only the third one? No, that wasn't the third one.
Third one, it was Dream Warriors. That was the best one.
The Final Nightmare.
The Final Nightmare.
On the Final Nightmare, Freddy, I guess, since he's Robert Englund, is that how you say his name, by the way? Is
Robert Englund, yeah.
Since he plays, Freddy in that movie, and he plays himself as the actor, then he actually. It's been a while since I watched the movie. I know he meets other celebrities within the picture because I think he's being interviewed as Robert Englund as Freddy within the movie.
Even Wes Craven, the director.
Wes Craven.
The first one did that one.
Right.
And he stars in the movie too, as the director of the movie.
Right. See, so you can tie all these people in together. Let's see, what else is there to talk about?
What did you think about the movie, though? Did you give it a thumbs up or thumbs down? I give it a thumbs up.
I think anybody who's a fan of these kind of genre films will enjoy this film because basically you get what you're paying for, which is to see two of these classic horror monsters go at each other, and the payoff is the battle, and the battle doesn't let you down.
I got a sub note about that, actually. I was watching, I don't know if any of you have ever seen G4 TV, which is like gamers television.
Oh, God, I have.
It's a good show. He's just not a video gamer. But, because he has no imagination.
No imagination?
Anyways.
That's what video games are for.
They're gonna make a Freddy vs. Jason video game based off the movie. They're in the talks of who's gonna do it and what's gonna be, but they're thinking about making a type of fighting game, but they also want to make it like a Resident Evil type game, so they're unsure of what they're doing right now. It's just all in the talks.
That brings up another thing, which we could play a little game here, see if the people in the room what they think too. There was a rumor. It's now, I guess since it's was first announced, they've said it to be false. But Ash of the Evil Dead movies, there was a rumor that that there would be a team up after the success of the Freddy vs. Jason movie with Freddy, Jason, and Ash together. And it's like I said, they said no, that's not going to happen.
It's a rumor.
It's been confirmed as a rumor. But since they brought up that question, who would they team him up with next? I would think Michael Myers from Halloween would be the most appropriate choice. But does anybody else have any kind of views on this? Anybody here? And
I think that's about the best one. I couldn't think of anybody else from the 80s.
Chainsaw Vigilante.
Chainsaw Vigilante?
He's been gone for a while to come back, but it's been about 20 years since.
I've never really been a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan, but I guess a lot of people would say Leatherface.
Leatherface, yeah. There seems to be a chainsaw theme going on here.
Yeah.
Everybody has chainsaws that we're teaming them up with, except for Michael Myers. Which probably he's used a chainsaw too, or
and
something.
And the boomstick. Ash has the boomstick.
He has the boomstick. I don't really think Ash would have fit, though. Do you? I mean, it's really not the same kind of horror character. Let's see. Maybe the book. The book is a team up. But let's see. Who else do we got? Well, anyway, if any viewers have any comments about this, send in your recommendations. Who would you have teamed them up with? You can mail me at 654B East Diamond Avenue in Evansville, Indiana, at 47711. My voice is going. No. Or you can call at area code 812-423-6952. I think the heat's getting to me because I keep messing up tonight. But anyway, so what else?
Huh?
What else? No. Let's see.
We talked about Star Wars. We talked about Freddy. What else did we have to talk about today?
Let's see.
Gas prices.
Gas prices. Those things. Those evil men at the gas prices. The guys, the government, or whoever decides this business.
I don't know who decides it. Do you?
The elves it was the elves.
Huh? The elves?
The elves from last week.
Oh, them evil elves and the dwarves.
What?
And the dwarves, you mean?
Dwarves.
The
yes.
dwarves. No, we don't want to pick on the dwarves anymore. They may pick it. So. and then
They only sell lollipops anyhow.
Right. They're little signs that keep smacking us in the face.
The shins.
The shins. Well, no, their heads will hit their shins, but they're holding up the signs.
Oh, okay, I see.
So Dave, do you want to do a little dance number for us?
No.
No.
Are you like a racist with midgets? Is that what it
No.
is?
No.
Why do you keep doing that?
Do what?
Leave the poor people alone. They're just little people. Leave the little people alone. See, little people.
Let's see. What else do we have to discuss?
Cool.
What other movies are coming out next summer?
Next summer?
Yeah, next summer.
Well, Lord of the Rings. I mean, I know it's not summer, but it's coming out soon.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is coming out. Actually,
to you people who don't know, you may have actually already bought it. By the time this is released, the time this is aired, so the Lord of the Rings will be released.
the same day as the Simpsons box set.
But if you haven't bought it yet, don't. Wait till November. They're gonna do the same thing they did last time.
Okay, let's talk about that because that's a scam here, okay? And how they could get away with it twice. I mean, it is, let's be honest. Okay, the first year, was it last year when they released it? They released the Lord of the Rings, what's the name of the beginning title?
Fellowship of the
Fellowship
Rings.
of the Rings. They released the Fellowship of the Rings, and they released it in, was it August last year too? They released it the first DVD. And then they had 2 discs, right? If I remember correctly, it was 2 discs.
And you thought you was getting it all. I mean, 2 discs.
Right, because I don't think there was any fanfare about what they were doing before this happened. They kind of snuck it in on people. So you buy this DVD, right? And the second DVD is an advertisement for the really good DVD that they're holding out till November. So
you just got done paying $20-something to find out there's going to be a better one released in a few more months.
Right.
Which is the same thing that's happening this year.
Luckily,
with this one.
Luckily, I had somebody else buy it before me, and so I knew to save my money. But this year, they've actually done it again. And there's some people that are hardcore enough that they're probably going to buy both of them. Not me. I'm going to wait out. Of course, I guess I'm not hardcore enough I can't remember the name of the first film.
Nah, I guess not.
But I have a niece she's really a big fan of the Lord of the Rings movies and the books. And actually, we were playing a video game for the PlayStation 2 for the 2 Towers. And that was a pretty fun thing. You know, they're going running around.
But you don't play video games, you just said. Yeah. You're a video game snob. And then he's talking about playing video games. Hypocrite.
How dare you? How dare you? Speaking,
Speaking of what?
No. What's next? I know what I want to talk about. We're talking about elves. We could talk about this Christmas time movie that's supposed to have Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell from Saturday Night Live and Old School.
That looks funny.
Yeah, I guess the premise.
I like Will Ferrell. Almost anything he's in has been pretty funny.
Right. The premise, I guess, is that he's going to be a baby that's dropped off at the footstep or the doorstep.
No, he sneaks in Santa's bag.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's been a while since I've seen the trailer, but he sneaks into the bag and gets carried back to the North Pole, and where he's raised as
Santa goes half the world delivering toys and doesn't notice there's a baby in his bag. How smart is Santa?
Well, hey, they got those talking dolls that wet themselves. I mean, it's easy, to get confused.
I don't know. I don't.
He's
play with dolls.
He's probably quieter than the dolls themselves.
I don't know about dolls.
Yeah, are these considered dolls? Hi. Hello, Bob.
Does Boba Fett wet himself?
Boba Fett, I don't know. I've never given him any water to find out.
I bet he's thirsty.
He's drunk. I can tell he's all wet. I don't know if he's wets himself, but
that's not the infamous missile shooting Boba Fett, by the way. That's just the regular Boba Fett.
Yes.
Those are hard to find.
Well, see, here's the thing. You know, these Boba Fett toys here. Say, hello. No.
How Hitler?
Yeah. See, can you get that?
Hold on. Here we go.
See this thing
I never
here?
understood why he raised his arm like that.
See that jetpack? The original figure of the Boba Fett, the way it was advertised was for Return of the Jedi. Wasn't that right? No, it was Empire Strikes Back. No, it was Empire Strikes Back.
No.
Revenge.
No. It was Star Wars.
Was it on the Star Wars?
Yes, Star Wars had it, and they were introducing figures that were going to be in the next movie.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
But they were still Star Wars packaging.
But anyway, they were advertising with the firing missile. Now, I've heard things over the years. I've never gotten this straightened out. Was the one that had the missile launching, Boba Fett, was that ever released?
Yes.
Who has them?
You sure?
I don't think it.
Two kinds were released.
With the
one with a longer slot and one with a shorter slot, but not a lot of them were released.
I heard that the ones that were released were actually glued into place, so they never actually fired.
They fired.
Well, do you know who anybody had one?
I had one.
You had one?
Yep, when I was a kid. Wish I still had it.
That's what I've always heard, that somebody had these things. But what I've read like an article, they made some prototypes. There's like 10 of them. They didn't get us beyond that prototype stage.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. Whenever I was younger, a friend of mine across the street from me, he got one on the mail away, and I recalled that he had one that did fire a missile. But then over the years, I realized, that's what it was supposed to have done. But I don't remember him actually, seeing it fire the missile. So then I started thinking, well, maybe it's just my memory. Maybe he actually never did have one that fired a missile. It's just that it was supposed to be the one that did that. But
it's like an urban myth. So many people told me they were positive they had that shooting missile. Like there are people who are positive who are over 50 had a very first appearance of Superman or comic.
Yeah, that's another thing. Everybody seems to have a Superman #1 locked up somewhere, but I have yet to see them, actually materialize this. I'm sure there's somebody out there that does have them, but it's not as commonplace as some of these people would have you believe, In fact, that's why it's worth so much, because it's not. That's why, a lot of people sometimes will confuse reprints and so forth. But I don't know. I'd like to. I wish you still had it if you had that. Because
if I do, my brother got it.
Because I'd like to see that. But anyway, yeah. So here's a quick trivia quiz for you. Even though I've heard this is debatable, I haven't. As far as I know, what is the first appearance of Boba Fett on film?
I know the answer to this.
I do too. It's the first Star Wars movie.
No.
Yes.
Is it? Okay. Here's what I want to find out.
I know the answer to this too, I think.
It is the first Star Wars movie.
Yes.
How do you know this?
Because it was in it. They just cut it out. Some of the stuff that was cut out.
I heard supposedly he was in that footage, but I've heard that from other fans.
He was in a whole bunch of it. He was waiting for Han when Han came in.
Is that Han?
Han, however you want to pronounce it.
But the answer to this, what I've heard is close to his the segment with Jabba the Hutt and one of his two of his cronies was already filmed. They put the new CG over the guy of Jabba the Hutt.
Right.
But Lucas said that someone said to him at the last minute, "Hey, wouldn't it be funny if you put in a CG a Boba Fett off to the side?"
See, there might be a part of him at the end of that where they added CG, but he was in the original shooting because he was in the background. And when they first
I want to see footage of this because somebody mentioned that to me before. I want to see the actual footage.
I think it's on my Star Wars box set I got, the special edition.
Okay, because if you do, I want to see this because it's like another urban legend otherwise, because I've heard people say it, but I've never seen. But anyway.
If that doesn't pan out, then their original release of Boba Fett would be that god-awful cartoon.
And that's what I was talking about. The Star Wars Holiday Special from 1979, the Christmas season, and the holiday season, I guess, because it aired between, I think, Thanksgiving and Christmas. I saw it when it first aired, and it sucked.
B. Arthur.
The cartoon was awesome. That's the best.
The cartoon was good. The cartoon was produced by a group out of Canada, animation company.
It looked like a bunch of stoners.
Probably they did.
Talk about the new Star Wars cartoon coming out. You want to talk about that? That's a good spin-off.
It was, but I was
they're having a Star Wars cartoon come out that's supposed to take place between what happened that you just saw in Attack of the Clones and the next movie. I don't know. Have they given a title to the next movie yet? To episode 3?
No, not yet. I know of.
But it's supposed to. It's like Shadows of the Empire. What happened between Empire and Return of the Jedi? This is supposed to be what happens between Attack of the Clones and, the next three.
So our old cartoon.
And Cartoon Network is the one who's going to be airing it. It's supposed to be aired here real soon.
So it takes place between Attack of the Clones and the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
So in other words, stick with the holiday special version, kids. Okay, because with this whole deal with the cartoon that we were talking about from the holiday special, it's by Nelvana, which was a Canadian animation outfit that produced this cartoon. And it did have a wonky animation, but it did have the original voices of the main characters from Star Wars, including Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Anthony Daniels.
We can show a clip of that. We want to show a clip? I got a clip of that. No?
Sure, we can show a clip.
Okay.
Let's show a clip of this animation from Star Wars Holiday Special featuring Boba Fett.
No, he's a friend.
What did he do to Luke?
He didn't do anything.
Oh, was that wonderful?
That was neat.
I can tell you, yeah.
That was wonderful. No, but here's something better. Here's something great. Here's something. No. This is. We gotta show a picture of Lumpy. Let's all show a picture. No, we gotta show Lumpy here.
Lumpy, all right.
Here we go. We'll show Lumpy, right? Wasn't he cute? That was such a great character. You know what I'd like to see now, Robert? You know what I want to see now?
What do you want to see?
I want to see Itchy. Let's show Itchy.
Who is Itchy?
Here, let's show Itchy.
Happy Life Day.
I do mean Happy Life Day.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Wow. Like Itchy and Scratchy?
You are no Star Wars fan.
I wasn't watching at all.
Itchy and Lumpy. Itchy is the grandfather of Chewbacca.
Right,
Lumpy is his son. We can show Mala. Let's show Mala.
Oh,
let's show. Here's Mala.
This is horrible.
Let's show Mala.
Whip, sir, whip, 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 sir, beat, sir, whip, sir, whip, 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 sir, beat.
Oh, she's so wonderful.
This is horrible.
She's just great. Oh, I love Mala. I love that whole Wookiee family. God bless them. Anyway,
you're going to show the singing at the end.
And how do we bring this all around to toys? How do we do this? Well, that's easy because they actually planned the line around the Star Wars Holiday Special. There's actually prototypes. I wish I had something to show you but there is. I think you can find it online on one of the websites. That's where I saw it. But they actually had prototypes for the Star Wars Holiday Family Special. Whatever. Anyway,
you're really obsessed about this Star Wars.
I love that holiday special.
Horrible.
I love it because it's so horrible you can't even enjoy it.
I think you just like Maud Adams or whatever. B. Arthur.
B. Arthur. I love B. Arthur.
Yeah, like B.
Let's show B. Arthur. B. Arthur as the barkeep. Let's show her. If we can, Dave, let's get a little bit of her singing. Here we go.
It's not the end, friend. If you're a friend, then you'll come back to me soon.
Oh, I love that song. You know what song I love more than that? Dave, we're going to keep you busy. You know what song I love more than that?
When they sung at the end?
Leia singing. Princess Leia. Carrie Fisher. I can't say her name. I'm so choked up because of the song. Because it's meaningful.
Harrison Ford sings that with their...
Does he?
Yep. They are all singing at the end.
Let's get a picture of Carrie Fisher singing.
We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony, a day of joy we all can share.
She is so sexy.
Anyway, I'm sorry I'm verklempt.
I'm still thinking about the slave outfit.
Anyway,
and everything like that.
Wait, we got one more thing. One more thing we want to see. One more thing to close out our show. We got to show Jefferson Starship from the holiday special. Here's Jefferson Starship. Oh, that was when rock was rock, people. That was when rock was rock. Don't ever forget that.
Well, we like to say goodbye.
We'll have to say goodbye. And once again, if you have any questions or comments, you can dial or call 812-423-6952.
Goodbye
See
from
y'all later.
MattHawes.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.